We all know that Bethesda Studios and Todd Howard are in the back cooking like a screaming chemist with the remakes of Fallout 3 and as well as Fallout New Vegas. But what we're all curious about is when will these remakes, or for better term, remasters, be released to us fans? Now, some of this is confirmed, some of this is insider intel. I'll tell you which is which. Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, and Fallout 5. Where are they and when will we get them? Let's find out. So grab your favorite companion, pick your quest of choice, and hit the road. So we're about to uncover the truth.
The game was rigged from the start.
War never changes.
We all know that the original source of Fallout 3 remake rumors started as early as 2020. And it didn't start from a random leaker either, but from internal documents at Microsoft themselves. Shocking, I know. ZeniMax created an internal roadmap showing future games including the remasters, but no one saw it publicly until September of 2023 when Microsoft somehow accidentally leaked the unredacted documents during the FTC versus Microsoft trial. Like, no joke, a slip of the hand type of deal. These documents included planned release windows, and of course, Fallout 3 was one of them, being listed for 2024, and as we can see, the game is nowhere to be found. But nonetheless, this is the moment where we all realize the prophecy of a Fallout 3 remake was about to be realized. But where is Fallout 3? Where is the release date and where is the reveal trailer? Remember, Oblivion was on the list as well, but also got pushed back for a later release in 2025. This further proved that the roadmap was indeed true, but dates of the release were of course altered, and Bethesda never denied the Fallout 3 was going to be a remake. Also, Microsoft never claimed the roadmap to be fake. Then, mid-2025, Nate DeHay, a well-known leaker, sparked hope for us Fallout fans, claiming the game is well into development, but nowhere near close. But the real question of the matter is, when could we expect this new remaster? Some of us, like myself, speculated a shadow drop after season 2 of the show was finished, but to no avail, that was not the case. From what we can gather from the original leak roadmap from Microsoft, it was slated for fiscal year 2024, which insider reports as well as community speculations suggested a late 2026 or 2027 launch. We can further back this up with the interview that Todd Howard had done with GQ magazine, and I quote, "Still, the franchise is very much alive. Hundreds of people at Bethesda are working on the Fallout game right now, and some of them are working on some other things," according to Todd Howard, as reported by VGC. One of these things is Fallout 3 Remaster, similar to the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remaster. It took Bethesda 4 years to develop Oblivion, with development beginning in 2021 and later releasing in April of 2025. The inevitable delays from Bethesda, normally they release their games in like fall, and let's not forget that we have an Xbox Games Showcase in 2026 in early June, which suggests a window for a reveal or even a shadow drop. More importantly, there's Fallout Day, which of course is October 23rd, going back to what was previously stated is in the season where, of course, Bethesda usually release their games. But you're probably like, wait, Sleepy, what about Fallout New Vegas? Besides the demands of Fallout 3 getting a remake, one that fans overwhelmingly want the most is New Vegas, and rightfully so. It's honestly the most requested Fallout remake out there, and fan demand is the foundation of all modern rumors that pertain to every rumor we've gotten concerning the remakes. And this is all just through community polls through Reddit, not an actual statistical website or whatever. So if that's the case, then why isn't New Vegas at the forefront of the remakes? Now, while New Vegas wasn't in the original blueprint for the roadmap that Microsoft leaked, I don't think there's a doubt in my ghoulish brain that we won't receive Vegas right after 3. With the release of Fallout TV series as well, we've gotten a massive player spike in all the games across the board, which further heightened the demand of New Vegas, especially with the reveal of the city in the end of season 1, then being the main focal point of season 2. This surged even greater player count across Steam and console players with the original IPs. Oh, and did I mention that Fallout New Vegas is being discussed? Article on Indie100.com reads, Jez Gordon, an Xbox Microsoft insider who's the editor at Windows Central, reiterated these claims about Fallout 3 and added that there are plans for a Fallout New Vegas Remaster 2. On the Kinda Funny Gamecast, Howard said shadow drops are his preferred method. And yes, you heard it right there. Microsoft Insider claims that they are discussing a Fallout New Vegas remake. Now, I think this is a necessity, right? Because at this rate, Bethesda is going with the development cycle of their mainline games. I feel like the only way they can feed their starving fans is remaking or remastering their old IPs for modern and old audiences that were already successful, and you know, they can work with their next mainline games. It just makes sense to me. From my point of view, releasing a remake every year with some titles from studios that Bethesda owns could very well help them in the aspect where fans can be fed. That is, of course, if, you know, Microsoft stopped shutting down game dev studios. I could see Fallout New Vegas potentially being released in 2028 or 2029. Maybe same year as Fallout 3, dependent. And what about Fallout 5? Well, when it comes to Fallout 5, I guess there really isn't much to say, as it's been backlined by the likes of 76 due to that property getting milked into oblivion, pun intended. And of course we have Starfield, which was resourced, used for their latest IP, but when will we get it? When? As stated by Todd Howard himself, he confirmed that Fallout will certainly be released right after the Elder Scrolls next installment. And what does that mean? Whatever the hell they want it to mean, because we don't even know when that is coming out. Elder Scrolls 6 started development in 2023 and didn't reach full production till 2026. So you could get the gist where this is all going. Hell, we didn't even get any information around 5 till Todd did an interview with BBC confirming Fallout 5 will exist in a world where the stories and events of the show will coexist or take place in the same timeline, which I guess is cool and exciting, but I don't know. Then in recent events, we get a reality check. During a recent roundtable interview attended by Games Radar, we got insight from the brilliant brain of Todd Howard himself. The majority of this building is working on the Elder Scrolls 6. He admits it's amazing for us to come back to it. I gotta be honest, right? Being in that world after not developing in Elder Scrolls, it's so different than Starfield, so different than Fallout. It feels great to us. Howard continues admitting, we feel we're in a really good place with these franchises. Obviously, we're around Fallout stuff as well, and we feel good about that. The trick is still we have 3 big audiences, and in some ways, 3 big franchises. In a lot of ways, the franchises is the studio. Skyrim is somewhat the sequel to Fallout 3. Fallout 4 is somewhat our follow-up to Skyrim. There is, after all, a lot of crossover amongst fans. There's definitely people who strongly prefer one over the other, which is totally understandable. Though, and I certainly agree, as an Elder Scrolls truther myself, there are very different vibes. There are different vibes to develop, as Howard puts it. When it comes to Elder Scrolls, for instance, there's something very romantic about the fantasy setting and the feeling it gives of a world that you feel you can almost step out into. And yeah, that's pretty much all we get from an update as far as Fallout. And I don't want to turn this into an Elder Scrolls video and all, but that seems to be Todd's focus. His focus being a game that was announced 8 years ago before being fully in development. But what do I know? It's not like proper planning and lack of focusing on the online component wouldn't have saved resources, but again, what do I know, right? I'm just a lousy consumer. Not to mention, a few months ago, sometime in January, a former Bethesda dev stated we might not even get a game till 2030. So yeah, I'm sorry guys, doom and gloom. These are at least my thoughts and ideas on the matter. What do you guys think? What is the next franchise you would like to see from Bethesda, Fallout, Elder Scroll? Comment below and let's discuss. Subscribe, hit that notification bell. I would also like to thank every single one of you who subscribe as well as support me. I reached my 200 milestone goal and I plan to grow and reach more of you. It really means a lot. Want more videos like this? Check out the recent roadmap video on the Capcom Resident Evil release window on the right, or you can check out my Silent Hill roadmap video on the top left. Count your sheep, catch your Z's, and go to sleep. Peace out.